Another incident in the aviation community, this time a runway incursion that took place earlier today at the Chicago Midway International Airport. And I realize the investigation on this hasn't even started, but I think there are a few things that we can learn from this already just by listening to the ATC audio. So that's why I'm going to break it all down for you and explain what I think happened. Let's go ahead and listen to the audio.
Ground, Flexjet 560, signature with Tango.
And last call again?
Flexjet 560, signature with Tango taxi.
Flexjet 560 is going to be the aircraft involved in this runway incursion. They're at signature, which is over here on the west ramp, and they're calling for taxi with information Tango. Let's listen to what the controller says.
Flexjet 560, runway, actually departure frequency is 119.35. Runway 22 left. What taxi are you coming out of?
We're over at Whiskey, Flexjet 560.
Flexjet 560, roger, taxi via Foxtrot and hold short of runway 22 right. Plan for runway 22 left.
All right, plan for 22 left, Foxtrot, Whiskey, Flexjet 560.
All right, there's already a few things that we need to talk about with this first radio transmissions here. The controller started off by giving him taxi instructions to runway 22 left. That's over here on the opposite side of the airfield, but the controller needs to know where he's starting that taxi from. He knows he's at signature, and he asks the pilot, which taxiway are you coming out of? Meaning, are you coming out of Foxtrot, Alpha, or Juliet? And the pilot responds that they're at Whiskey or they're on Whiskey. And that doesn't make any sense because Whiskey is a taxiway, it's not the ramp, and it doesn't really answer the question. Either way, the controller understands what's going on, and he essentially gives the pilot a very simple set of taxi instructions and tells him to taxi via Foxtrot, that's this taxiway right here, hold short of runway 22 right. The only problem is the pilot does not read back those instructions correctly, and if you were paying attention, what the pilot said was, plan for 22 left, taxi Foxtrot Whiskey. Well, Whiskey wasn't part of the taxi instructions, first of all, but more importantly, the pilot doesn't read back any hold short instructions. So it's not real clear what the pilot's going to do at this time when he starts his taxi procedure. And that's why the controller should have immediately gotten on the radio and clarified the taxi instructions and gotten a proper readback from the pilot. However, that doesn't happen, and let's pay attention to what happens next.
Hey, ground, Flexjet 560, just want to confirm our taxi instructions for 22 left from signature.
Yeah, where on the ramp are you, sir?
We're at Signature Aviation at Alpha taxi.
Okay, taxi Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short of 22 right.
Alpha Fox, hold short, 22 right, Flexjet 560.
All right, I'm not sure what was going on because it was about 2.5 minutes from that first radio call to taxi to this radio call asking to clarify the taxi instructions. And I think that's why the ground controller is a little bit confused because he probably assumed that the aircraft had already started taxiing. And now this guy's calling to clarify the taxi instructions. They ended up getting it sorted out and verifying he's at Alpha, which is right here. And the controller tells him to taxi via Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short of 22 right, except this time the pilot gives a proper read back saying Alpha Foxtrot, hold short of runway 22 right. Once he gets there, let's see what happens.
Flexjet 560, turn left on runway 4 left, cross runway 31 left, and hold short of runway 31 center.
Right, left on 4 left, cross 22 or 13 center, Flexjet 560.
Flexjet 560 negative, cross runway 31 left, hold short runway 31 center.
Cross 31 left, hold short 31 center, Flexjet 560.
This is where everything starts to fall apart because the aircraft is currently on Foxtrot holding short of 22 right, and the controller told them to turn left on 4 left, cross 31 left, that's the smaller runway, hold short of 31 center, which is the larger runway. The reason that's important is because there's aircraft landing on 31 center, so the controller needs to make sure there's nobody landing before he's able to clear Flexjet 560 to cross that runway. However, when the pilot reads back the instructions, the pilot said left on 4 left, cross 2213 center. Now, In my opinion, I think the pilot probably wasn't prepared for those taxi instructions, so he either wasn't writing it down or just wasn't thinking when he did that readback. And instead of guessing what the instructions were, he should have just asked the controller to say again for Flexjet 560. Now, thankfully, the controller caught his mistake and immediately corrected him, saying negative, left on 4 left, cross 31 left, hold short of 31 center. If we go over here to the aerial imagery, I think you'll get a better understanding of what's going on. Here's Signature Aviation. Here's Taxiway Alpha. This is Taxiway Foxtrot right here. You can see how close this is to runway 31 left, and here's runway 31 center. So there's not a lot of room here. But if you look closely on Foxtrot, here is the hold short line for runway 22 right, runway 4 left, that they were originally holding short at when they were given the instruction to turn left on 4 left, cross 31 left, hold short 31 center. Now this aerial imagery doesn't show you any hold short lines on these runways, so you're probably wondering, well, how does the pilot know where to hold short when he's on this runway and he's taxiing down here? How does he know where to stop to hold short of runway 31 center? And this is the problem with aerial imagery, so it's outdated. Thankfully, someone in my Discord community found this video online and they shared it with me. This is a Dash 8 taking off from runway 31 center at Chicago Midway. They're airborne right now. What you're looking at right here is runway 4 left or runway 22 right. This right here is taxiway Foxtrot. This right here is runway 31 left. So the aircraft was sitting right here. They're supposed to turn left on runway 4 left and hold short of runway 31 center, which this aircraft is flying on right now. So you can see there are hold short markings right here. There's a hold short for if you were supposed to hold short of runway 31 left, and then there's a hold short line right here to hold short of runway 31 center. So there are visual markings for the pilots to see on the ground at this airport to know where to stop and hold short of runway 31 center. Now, what I think probably happened is when they made this left-hand turn here onto runway 4 left, by the time they rolled out of that turn, chances are they were already on runway 31 left, right here roughly. So they're probably looking out in front of them and thinking that runway 31 center is actually runway 31 left, and that's probably why they continued to go all the way across. However, if I'm the pilot or if I'm the first officer in this situation, one of the things that I'm going to be doing anytime we are cleared to cross a runway is I'm going to be looking left and right to make sure there's no one taking off or landing on that runway. And if they would have done that, there's a chance they might have seen an aircraft about to land on runway 31 center, and maybe they would have stopped and held short at the hold short line, or maybe they would have at least clarified those taxi instructions with the tower controller. Unfortunately, let's listen to what happened.
Got to cross 22 left, hotel, left 180 on Tango Alpha 19, Southwest 955.
That was 769, cross runways 22 right, 22 left, take hotel all the way down to the end, left turn onto Tango into Bravo 12.
All right, we'll cross 22 left on hotel, hotel all the way to the end, Tango all the way Southwest 769. The 4440 is ready to taxi.
Flexjet 560, hold your position there.
Hold position, Flexjet 560.
Flexjet 560, continue across the hold short of hotel.
Cross hold short hotel, Flexjet 560.
Flexjet 560, your instructions are to hold short of runway 31 center.
Obviously, that's the point where we had the runway incursion. They ended up going all the way across runway 31 center. There are hold short lines on the other side of there, and there's hold short lines for the taxiway. So that's why the controller tells him to continue across the hold short, meaning, hey, I need to get you clear of runway 31 center so you're not a factor for anybody else, but then hold short of taxiway hotel. And he reminded him, hey, you were supposed to hold short of 31 center. That being said, when it comes to Chicago Midway International, you've got multiple crossing runways here, several different taxiways with 4 hotspots around the airport, and the potential for a set of complicated taxi instructions. And that means this should be part of your threat briefing when you're doing your pre-flight just before you begin those taxi procedures. This definitely could have turned out to be a whole lot worse, but thankfully the crew that was landing recognized what was happening and made the decision to go around and did so safely without any further incident. Regardless of what airport you're operating out of, if you're ever not sure about your taxi instructions, bring the aircraft to a stop and ask the ground controller or the tower controller to clarify those instructions for you. This wasn't the first runway incursion at Chicago Midway International, but hopefully we can continue to share these lessons and prevent future incidents like this.